My Science Fair Project by Chloe Koska. Ever since COVID-19 hit, there has been a mandatory to wear face masks. Doing so helps protect yourself from the virus and others around you. But is there a way to protect yourself and the environment at the same time? Globally, we use about 129 billion single-use face masks per month. These masks are made from a variety of plastics that take about 400 to 450 years to break down. Think about it, around 129 billion pieces of plastic impact our environment every month. That's a lot of plastic. My goal was to create a face mask that is just as effective as other masks while being biodegradable. My mask is made out of a coffee filter and linen. See, coffee filters take about 6 to 8 months to biodegrade, and 100% linen sheets only take 2 weeks. Single-use face masks are finding their way into oceans and onto land. When these masks are not disposed of correctly, they can cause major harm to not only animals, but to the environment as well. These masks are harmful to animals in many ways. For instance, birds can get tangled up and choked out by the ear elastic. The earpiece can get wrapped around their necks and feet. Animals other than birds and marine life are also at risk. When they see a bright color, like a single-use face mask, they might mistake it for food and eat it, causing them to digest very harmful plastic particles. Plastic pollution kills an estimate of 100,000 marine animals, over 1 million seabirds, and an even greater number of fish and other mammals per year. Animals digesting masks can also impact our human health because there is a risk of plastic entering the food chain. The first step in my engineering plan is to gather supplies. After you go to the store or get your Amazon order, you will have a cone coffee filter, about a half yard of 100% linen, fabric glue, and fabric scissors. Now that you have your supplies, you are going to lay out your sheet of linen and then fold it over once. Then you are going to outline your coffee filter and cut it out. Make sure your outline is up against the fold. After you cut out the outline, you are going to glue the linen piece to the coffee filter. You are going to then wait about 10 minutes for it to dry. While you wait for it to dry, you are going to create your ear straps. Take the linen sheet and make it 2 layers. Then cut 4 thin 9-inch strips and glue 2 of them together and the other 2 as well. You then need to wait 5 to 10 minutes for the strips to dry. During this time, you will need to puncture the linen and coffee filter conjunction on one side and the other, making a small hole. Once the strips are done drying, you will feed one of the strips through one of the holes. Do that to the other side as well. Then you will tie a knot, making the string tight to the mask. Do this to the other side. You are now done and ready to wear your biodegradable mask in public. The very first time I tried my experiment out, it was a fail. I made my linen piece too small when it needed to be the same size as the coffee filter. After I realized where my experiment went wrong, I figured out what needed to be done for it to be successful. I retraced the coffee filter on the linen sheet, cut it out, and then finished the rest of my engineering project. Going into this project, I knew it was going to be trial and error, but once I figured out what I was doing wrong, it was almost as if I overcame something. In conclusion, most biodegradable masks are made up of great plant-based materials, but the problem with these masks is that they aren't as effective. The design of these masks are just as great as other masks. When you wear them, it fully covers your mouth and your nose. My goal was to find some way to create a mask that is just as effective as other masks while being biodegradable. Lastly, try your best to not wear single-use face masks. Reusable and biodegradable masks are the way to go when it comes down to helping the environment.